Alright guys, so I just got back here to the garage. I took the 66 out for a really quick cruise to get all the Bondo dust off of it because I am nearing the finish line on the roof repair and bodywork and everything. And I took it out to get the dust off, and also it's cold outside, so pulling in a hot motor is going to be really nice in my garage right now. And there was one problem. That's because it was dark outside. Now, the issue isn't that it is dark. The issue is the windshield. The windshield on this truck is horrible. It is like somebody took 120 grit sandpaper and rubbed the entire windshield and you can't see anything. And at night with other headlights coming, it is really, really bad. I did just upgrade the headlight bulbs that are in here. It had some just regular yellow bulbs, I don't know, halogens or whatever, and I put some really nice LEDs in there, and that made it much easier to see through the windshield, but it's still off when people are coming. So I called a local company that does glass for older vehicles, got everything scheduled, and this thing is getting a brand new windshield, new gasket installed, and I'm also going to have them put a new gasket on the rear glass as well. Go ahead and knock it all out all at once. So I'm not just going to pull the windshield just to replace the glass. I'm going to go ahead and knock out a bunch of little things while I'm at it. Unfortunately, the truck's going to be down for a little while. That's another reason why I took it out for a quick spin around the neighborhood. So with this glass coming out, I am going to be fixing. There's a couple little spots of rust. I found one hole that went through here and over there on the passenger side that are going to have to get repaired. I'm really hoping the rest of this is pretty good. While I have the windshield out, I'm going to be painting the dash. It is going to be the easiest way to do it, and I think if you guys saw some of the earlier episodes, I haven't shown the dash recently, but it looks like there was some type of fabric on the dash at some time because you can see the remnants of glue and everything on there, and it's just pretty beat up and everything. And I don't know yet, but I think I'm going to do the dash and the rest of the interior. It's going to be a ton of work, and I've already got the glass scheduled in 2 weeks today. It's got to go to get that done, so I've got a lot of work. I've ordered some stuff to do the painting of the interior, so that stuff's going to be on the way pretty soon. They're getting the glass ordered. They're going to let me know just in case they run into any issues with getting glass or rubber or anything like that, since supply chains are just having a lot of trouble right now. But either way, I am going to go ahead and cut this glass out. So here we go. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to show you this and get it in the shot, but knife was a little sharp, so pay attention to that while you're doing this. But on the other side, I worked this corner back to where I can get it separated, unstuck. You take a sharp razor blade and cut on the inside. That's the spot that it's actually holding the glass in. And once you've cut in there, you can get to the glass here in the corner. You see how much I can pull it away. And then cut this outside edge. And I'm not worried about the glass since we're obviously gonna throw it away, but I would much rather keep it all in one piece and not have to clean it up. So once you have it cut, we can take this and just simply pull, and our rubber will come off. Alright, so the outside of the seal is off all the way around. I should just be able to push the glass and have it come out of the cab here. Get this, the rest of this rubber off the top here. And then hopefully slide it through. going now. Alright guys, this looks like it might be the worst of it over here on the passenger side. Here's up top at the seam. We'll walk over here. It's the same thing on the top seam here, maybe not quite as bad. And down here at this corner it's actually perfect, but I've got one hole here and the one here, and then this one actually goes into the cowl here, but I'm probably going to go ahead and fix that one too. So. Alright guys, well go and figure it's worse than you think it is. I am starting to sand back all the paint, and some of these holes are growing, and I'm finding rust that was underneath the paint in other places. So I think what I'm going to do is aircraft strip this whole entire seam, get all the paint off, and then go from there. I stopped by Harbor Freight and got this little finger sander. It takes like a 1/2 inch wide belt, and you can really get into some of these tighter places to sand. Anyway, I'm going to dive in here and continue working. Alright guys, so I pretty much got the driver's side done. Hardest part for the driver's side was getting around this windshield wiper. So you can kind of see a lot of the metal there. It's not perfect, but it is way better than it was. Also, I did set a small fire in the cab. Kind of wish I had a video of it, but smoke started pouring up from underneath the dash. Look underneath there, and some of the insulation had caught on fire. And so there was one hole right here that was probably my main worry. That hole went inside of the cab of the car. I could see under the dash, whereas a lot of these other holes that I knew were there, they were just looking underneath this valance here. So that was my main issue, and I'm pretty sure when I was welding it, you know, sparks fell down and I caught the insulation on fire. So, alright guys, I figured I'd bring you back in for a second and show you a little bit of an update. I have fixed some pinholes near that windshield wiper, and I have pretty much got this corner filled in. So as you can see, it is an absolute mess. I did have to add a little bit of metal in here, and then I essentially just built weld to fill all the other holes. Here's the hole here. Let me bring you guys in. So what I'll do is I'll take the burr bit, work it in around the edges of the hole until I get back to get metal, and slowly fill that back in with weld. Alright guys, well actually I think that wraps up all of the rust repair, and I'm extremely stoked about that because I'm not a bodywork guy and I'm not a sheet metal guy. So let me bring you in and show you actually what it turned out like. Alright, so went ahead and showed you the driver's side, which wasn't nearly as bad. The real issue was this corner right here. So as you can see, it is very smoothed out and it matches the body lines. There's a bunch of low spots in here, and I've been fighting this for a while, and I think I've finally kind of given up on it. I'm just not able to fill these low spots. It seems like every time I put down a new tack or a new weld, it eats into the sheet metal I already have here and creates a divot below it. So I said, all right, I'm just going to stop here, and I'm just going to body work this out, I believe with Bondo. I'm going to read online to see maybe there's another product that I need to use here, because I know they're going to be pushing and pulling on this paintwork as they install the new gasket. So I want to make sure that this isn't going to crack and damage as they install the new glass. But yeah, got that there and got this so smoothed out. So looks like we have all of the rust replaced, and on to the next part. And as for next steps, I think what I'm going to do is go and get some rust converter. So I'm going to try to kill all the rust that is left, because there's just no way other than maybe sandblasting to get every last little bit of rust out of all the cracks and crevices. So rust converter, and then I'm going to be looking at body work and repainting around that, and then move to the inside and painting the dash and everything. So I don't know if this is going to all be in one episode or what's going to turn out. You'll see here in a second, but yeah, this turned out really well. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.